Chapter 12, Mishnah 8. The Mishnah gives a third and final example of the rule that Tuma can be transmitted from item to item endlessly in regard to Chatas. If a bottle used for Chatas water becomes Tameh on its outside through contact with the Tameh liquid, its inside becomes Tameh as well. Although a Tameh liquid usually makes only the outside of a utensil Tameh, not its inside, in the case of a utensil used for Chatas, even the inside becomes Tameh, and it makes another bottle Tameh if it touches it. And that one makes yet another bottle Tameh, and so on. Even if there are 100 bottles, they all become Tameh and may not be used to hold Mei Chatas. The rest of this Mishnah, as well as the next two Mishnahs, discuss a new topic, the status of a utensil that is made up of several parts. The Mishnah will teach when the different parts are legally considered all part of a single utensil and when they are considered separate utensils. This affects two issues. A. If Tuma touches one of the parts, do all of them become Tameh? And B. Does sprinkling one part with Mei Chatas make all of them Tahor? A bell and the clapper inside it are considered attached, that is, they are considered a single utensil. Thus, if either the bell or the clapper comes in contact with something Tameh, both of them become Tameh. Similarly, if they were Tameh and they were sprinkled with Mei Chatas, if a drop lands on one of them, they both become Tahor. In the case of a spindle used for spinning reeds, he should not sprinkle Mei Chatas only on the shaft of the spindle or only on the whorl. Rather, he should sprinkle on both of them. Since they are sometimes separated from each other, they should be treated as separate utensils, each requiring its own sprinkling to become Tahor. But if he sprinkled only one of them, the shaft or the whorl, the entire spindle, is considered sprinkled after the fact, and the entire spindle becomes Tahor. However, in the case of a spindle used for spinning linen from flax, the shaft and the whorl are considered to be attached, i.e., they are considered to be a single utensil, and one may sprinkle just one part of it to make the entire spindle Tahor. The leather sheet of a baby's cradle, which is fastened to the knobs of the frame of a cradle, is considered to be attached to the cradle, even though it is not permanently connected. Thus, if the cradle becomes Tameh, so does the leather sheet, and vice versa. And if one of them is sprinkled, the other becomes Tahor as well. The block people put under the leg of a bed to protect it from the dampness of the ground is not considered attached to the bed, not for Tuma, i.e., if the bed becomes Tameh, the block does not become Tameh, and vice versa, and not for Tahara, i.e., if the bed and block were both Tameh, sprinkling one of them does not make the other one Tahor. Since these blocks are not connected to the legs of the bed, they are not considered part of it. The Mishnah discusses the status of the handles of utensils. Handles were typically attached to utensils in one of two ways. Either a piece of the utensil was inserted tightly into a hollow handle, or the tip of a solid handle was inserted tightly into a hole in the utensil. All the hollow handles of utensils, i.e., handles that are held in place by a piece at the back of the utensil being inserted into them, are considered attached to the utensil. Thus, if either the handle or utensil becomes Tameh, the other one becomes Tameh as well, and sprinkling either the handle or the utensil makes both of them Tahor. However, handles that are inserted into holes in the utensil are not considered to be part of the utensil. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says even handles that are wedged into the utensil, i.e., handles that have a pointed end that is inserted into a hole in the back of the utensil, such as the shaft of a spear that is wedged into the hollow at the back of the metal tip of the spear, are also considered attached to the utensil.